guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a fucking roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her fucking 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how the fuck to get back in these fucking streets so I can figure out, so 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy. Like, I want all of these things. But people don't want that nowadays, it feels like no matter, it's like, what is this dating stuff? What is Hinge? What is Tinder? What is all of this? Like, it's disgusting. Like, my friends helped me make a Hinge and a Tinder, and it's like, I hated it. I ended up deleting my Hinge, and I'm getting ready to delete the Tinder because it's just like I don't want to talk to anybody on there. Like, I don't want to do any of this. Like I'm just sitting there like a magazine going through like clothing. That's what it feels like. And it's like, I don't want that. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that at all.
See, I don't nag my husband. If the toilet seat's up, I put it down. If the dishwasher needs loading, I load it. If his clothes are on the floor, I pick them up. Not because I'm a maid, not because I'm a pushover, but because my brain is wired differently than his. And I understand that. Men do not see the same details that us women do. They don't walk through the house noticing every little thing that's out of place. Their focus is on bigger things, providing, solving problems, keeping us safe. My focus, the little details that make our life flow smoothly. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. So why would I get mad at him for not seeing what he's not wired to notice? If I ask him to help, he gladly does it because he doesn't want me stressed. He'll take out the trash, clean the car, fix whatever is broken. Anything I ask, he's there. He just doesn't think to do it unless I say something, and that is fine with me. I don't have a problem cleaning up his bathroom or organizing his mess. That's one of the ways I like to serve my husband because it makes his life easier, not harder. And that's what partnership is about. He doesn't help around the house much. One, because I don't let him. And two, that's not his job. His job is to lead, to protect, to provide. My job is to create peace, beauty, and comfort in the home. Now, don't get it twisted. If you're working full time, managing the entire house, taking care of the kids, everything, that's not partnership. That's imbalance. If you're doing both, inside and outside, honey, you got a bad deal. A healthy relationship isn't about keeping score. It's about understanding each other's roles. And when you both play your part with love and respect, everything runs smoother. Everyone's happier, and there is peace in the home.
The way men so often claim that women don't like nice guys, that women don't like men that are too nice, makes it abundantly clear that men have no idea what it is to be nice. They don't know what nice behavior is because they're looking at men that are needy, incompetent, and dependent, and that parentify their girlfriends and wives, and calling that being too nice. There are a lot of men that approach their relationship with women with this idea that men just want to please women. I just want to please you, and I need you to just tell me what you want me to do and when it needs to be done. I want to make you happy, and you just need to tell me what needs to be done in the house or what our kids need. You just need to make me a list. That is not being too nice. But a lot of men think that men wanting to please their wives and men doing things in their households for their wives is the thing that's too nice that women find off-putting. That's not it. That's off-putting because that is parentifying her. That is because you are incompetent and you can't even look around and tell what needs to be done or be involved enough with your children to do it on your own. And that's what's unattractive, not that it's too nice. At first, the I just want to please you type of man can seem attractive, but in the long run, it's just exhausting. And women burn out with having to manage everything and delegate to him like another child. And because a lot of men misunderstand this kind of thing as being too nice, they go the complete opposite direction, which is also wrong. That you're garden variety alpha male that thinks he's supposed to be in control and the leader, and ultimately he's very self-serving. Because what women want is a man that is a partner, that is cooperative with them, that cares about the same things they care. You don't want a man that does the dishes for you to make you happy. And you don't want a man that thinks he doesn't need to do the dishes because it's not his gender role. You want a man that does the dishes because it's his house and his children eat off those dishes and he can see that they need to be done. It's that simple. Like, you want a man that is confident and sure of himself and that has his own ideas about a minimum standard of care and expectations, and that they're not self-serving, that they are for the collective good, specifically if you have a family, and that he doesn't want to be in control of it. He wants to be in partnership with you, caring about the same things that you care about, and managing his own equitable share of responsibility for those things.
Well, I think, to use your example of, well, I don't want you to wash the dishes because you're doing me a favor. I want you to wash the dishes because it's your home. Well, a lot of men do think this way. It's just that some of these ladies, they think their way of doing things is the correct way of doing it. And so when a man says, okay, well, I'll just kind of let you do it since apparently you're better at doing it, right? That's him trying to put your needs before his. Well, why don't you just learn how I do it? Because you're not the only one in the house that knows what they're doing. And so instead of making it an argument and back and forth, I just give you leeway since you know what you're doing. Men will do the same thing with their friends. That's what y'all don't understand. Oh, bro, you know it. Go ahead. You got it. And move out the way. And it won't be no ego. It won't be no pride about it. It'll just be, oh, well, you know what you're doing. But y'all sit up here and y'all discourage men from doing things. And y'all wonder why they just kind of move off that.
Female respect for men is actually pretty damn simple. Men go to war just for a little thank you. He'll work all day, long hours, not for himself, just to see her happy, to buy her that bag, to pay for dinner in a nice place and not have to worry about the bill. That takes a lot of effort, hours and little sleep. It's brutal. And he's so happy to do that because it makes her happy. And it leads to this amazing life for both of them. He just needs a little bit of thank you, appreciation. I really see what you're doing here. I see how much labor you're putting into this work. I really appreciate it and I believe in you. That's as simple as men need. Just a little appreciation for his hard work. When a man gives something to a woman and he doesn't feel like she appreciates it, he feels attacked because he feels like, man, I'm doing all this stuff and you still can't love me.
If a man ever tells you that she's just a friend and it's platonic and nothing is happening with that situation, I want you to understand that he is 100% lying to you.
100% lying? Okay, why?
Because men would never be friends with women if they did not get something out of that situation.
Never. Okay. I can't tell everyone how much someone speaking in absolutes absolutely lends credibility to what they're saying.
Men are very transactional. They view women differently. They view women like, what can you do for me?
Wow. Anyone notice that sounds eerily similar to how some women view men? Maybe they're not so different after all.
They feel good around that woman, right? There's always something that they get out of it for their benefit. It is never to benefit the woman. It's always them getting something out of that situation from that woman.
Well, considering how some women treat the men that they're with, maybe they're getting what they're not getting elsewhere. Emotional support, things that a friend would actually offer.
Men do not view women the same way that we would view like a male friend, okay? Because we have our male friends and we can be friends with them. We don't need to have a crush or anything like that.
I wonder if they realize how hypocritical that sounds, that women can have male friends while they're in a relationship, but it's a red flag if men have female friends. You can't make this stuff up.
Men can steal anything they think can be used against them, which includes strengths, weaknesses, plans, attachments, almost everything defaults to conceal. Yeah. And they'll reveal themselves when they think that someone can't hurt them or that they won't. And this is why I learned so much sitting on airplanes. And men would say, I can't believe I'm telling you this. My wife doesn't even know this. But I didn't know their first name. I only knew the destination. I didn't know where they lived. I didn't know anything about them. I couldn't hurt them with that information.
Wow.
So they gave it to me.
Yep.
And
That makes so much sense.
women tend to conceal anything we think is unattractive. And so, which is why we'll reveal something. We'll reveal a weakness or a fault, or I got this at Walmart.
Most women might not even realize that they're pushing their man away until it's too late, until he's gone. Here's how you notice. It's not always cheating that drives men out. It's disrespect, constant negativity, emasculinizing him, belittling him, and making him feel like no matter what he does, it's never enough. When men feel drained instead of inspired, they don't explode. They retreat. They stop opening up. They stop putting in effort. They stop fighting for the relationship. And then the women play the victim, acting blindsided when he finally leaves. But the truth is, you created an environment where he couldn't thrive, where his presence felt like a burden instead of a blessing. And men will not stay where they feel unvalued, unseen, unappreciated. So if your man is pulling away, stop pointing the finger at him and look in the mirror. You might be the reason. Respect him, admire him, build him up instead of tearing him down, because the moment he realizes peace exists without you, he'll never come back. And that's a hard truth most women don't want to hear.
Ladies, I want to give you a good piece of advice. If you need help from your husband and you want to have like that partnership thing going on where you guys are like in sync about what needs to be done and whose roles it is, don't tell your husband to do things. It's like such a small tweak. But if you say, go mow the lawn, or go clean the bathroom, or go move the laundry, that ego and that pride is going to be like, I'm sorry, are you my mother? It's so different if you instead phrase it like a question or a favor. Hey, baby, would you mind moving that laundry before you come upstairs? It makes all the difference in the world. So ladies, check your tone when you're talking to your man and make sure that it's filled with gratitude and respect.
Okay, so to all the men in my comment section saying that they don't ask women out anymore because they think they're going to be labeled as creepy or they're going to go straight to jail. I mean, that's okay. Let's not, first of all, generalize entire group of people. No one should ever do that about any group of people. Number one. Number two, if you're totally happy, like, not being with a woman again, that's like totally fine. Like, go live in your peace. But if you're someone that does want to be with a woman, it does need to be talked about. Clearly, there are a lot of men that feel like women have been like mean to them, or like they think they're gonna like go to jail if they ask them out. I mean, there are a few very important questions here. How are you walking up to women? What are you saying? What are you doing? Now, if you're just like a nice guy who's genuinely just interested in someone, you're walking up to them and you're asking them out, and a girl lashes out on you, yeah, that's not cool. And that's where women are part of the problem. So the comments would be a little more insightful if you know, it didn't just say like, all women suck, we don't try anymore. That's just not gonna help anything unless you genuinely just don't care. So if you could comment on how to bridge the gap better, then that would be awesome. A lot of you are saying like, well, women, you ask us out too. Right, but like also just as you're saying that we should be able to ask you out, you should also equally be able to ask us out. And at the end of the day, I do think this all comes back to confidence. I think it does.
But the more I date women, the more I find myself understanding heterosexual men. Let me explain. Exhibit A. I was on a first date with a girl who asked me out, by the way. This is relevant because when the check came, she never once made a move to pay. Not even like the fake, let me reach for my purse move. And though I don't mind paying on a date, part of me felt like, you know, the offer would have been nice. I was also a little taken aback that she didn't even say thank you. And I never heard from her again. It really made me feel like she just asked me out so she could have a free dinner. And the moment I thought that, I was like, oh my God, I sound like all of my guy friends right now. And my argument against why guys should pay for dates has always been like, look, girls take hours to get ready. Our investment is looking really nice for you. Makeup, clothes, that costs money too. But we were both girls in this situation. We both took hours to get ready. So I definitely felt slighted.
I want to say I appreciate the women that really understand men. I appreciate the women that know we need men and men need women like us. I appreciate the women that actually have a listening ear when a man is speaking to them instead of always giving a response. All right. Sometimes a man just wants to talk, right? He just wants to vent and have someone listen to him and understand him and see where he's coming from. I appreciate the women that have similarities to me. Y'all the real MVPs, baby. And I know that we are all going to continue to hold it down for the real men. I know the real women know that real men still exist. I know the real men know that real women still exist. Though you all have not crossed paths yet, I'm telling you, keep your faith, don't give up. And you are going to run into who is for you. Trust me when I say that. Don't give up. Let's keep this thing rolling. Love for the win, baby. Real love.
It's a good word right here, man. Plenty of people need to hear this, men especially. Yeah, it's a good word right here. I appreciate you saying this.
I want to address a topic that I believe in this day and age is just wrong. A man in 2022 should not have to suffer in silence. A man should be able to talk to people, talk to his friends, talk to his wife, talk to his girlfriend, and let them know how he feels. Because we women like to think that we alone have feelings, and we alone could feel certain way, and we alone could cry, and we alone could be depressed, and we alone could be sad. No. Man have issues too. Man feel ways we feel too, and it's okay. Them should not have bundle up their feeling because them is not woman, no. They have feelings too, and that's okay.
I can see now why men pull away emotionally, because it just happened to me today, and I got to see from a man's point of view what it's like to date a woman sometimes. This is no shade towards women in any way, because I'm a woman. I completely understand, and I'm sure I do this as well. But it was funny because I came home, me and my sister lived together, and as soon as I get in the house, she just starts bitching at me about things that she wished I was doing, like cleaning the cat's litter box, setting up certain appointments, whatever it was, around the house. And then all of a sudden I was thinking, like, no wonder I always just go to my room. Like, I don't want to be around you when as soon as they come into the door, you're just kind of nagging. What I was realizing is women do this all the time. We emotionally need to regulate. Like, there are certain times that you say, okay, if I want to actually get my partner to do something for me, because all that did is made me want to pull away and be like, fuck you, I'm not going to do it. And I can understand why men never do what you want them to do. You're like, I've told you a million times to do this, I've told you to do this, and you're like, why can't I get him to do things? Because you're not saying it in the best way.
If you really just believe that men are valid in their experience and in their emotions, for example, when they say that they don't want to be bombarded the second that they walk in the door from work, believe them that that is a valid thing, that they should have some downtime the second that they walk in the door. Unfortunately, not all women get this, and they actually will either one, have to experience it themselves like this woman did, or two, they just will never get it. And they're going to be fighting this constant battle of pretending like what men want and their feelings are not valid, and that men are just always the ones in the wrong. And the truth is that the man of the last woman deserves better.
Okay, ladies, I'm going to say this with all of the love in my heart. Men are not intimidated by how much money you make. Men are not intimidated by your portfolio. Men are not intimidated by how many degrees you carry. That has nothing to do with it. They don't like the attitude that comes with it. That's the problem. So by now, I'm sure everybody has seen the video of the woman who is spouting all of her accomplishments, which, amazing, okay? Absolutely, I absolutely would take nothing away from this woman, because those kinds of accolades are very hard to accomplish. So, I mean, kudos to her. Absolutely phenomenal job, and a beautiful girl, by the way. The problem comes in where you've got the attitude of, I'm better than you. Or you've got the attitude of, you know, I do all of this. I did all of this. So what are you bringing to me? Men don't care. They don't care. It is wild to me that women put such an emphasis on all of the outer things. that they fail to understand that men don't. You could be the ugliest woman on the planet, but if you treat that man with respect, if you speak to him kindly, if you allow him to be the man in the relationship, that's the woman he's going to pick. And all of these like, oh, well, Halle Berry got cheated on, and, you know, this woman got cheated on, so ladies, you could get cheated on. And while I am not saying that it is okay for anybody to cheat, what I am saying is it is not all about the outer appearance of things. And that includes the materialistic side of things, or the outer accomplishments, because what matters is what's in here. If you don't have a good heart, if you don't have a good spirit, if you don't have, you're just not a good person, that's where the problem's going to come in. Every single time. If you're not a good, godly woman, and God is not number one in your life, and I understand I'm speaking probably strictly to Christians right now, because everybody has their own ideals and everybody has their own deities. But if you are not a person, a good person on the inside, that man could care less how much money you bring in. That man could care less what your portfolio looks like. That man could care less. Could care less that you created a couple of apps. You could have created the damn internet, for all that matters. If you're not good in here, that's what he doesn't like. So stop trying to put it on all these outer things. Oh, well, he's intimidated by my beauty, or he's intimidated by the fact that I make 6 figures. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Are there men out there that are intimidated by women that make better money than them? Probably. But those are insecure men, and we don't deal with those types of men. But 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with how much money you make. It has everything to do with what's in here and how he gets treated. And women fail to understand that, because women look for the material things and the outside things in men. They look for their accomplishments. They look for how much money they make. They look for what they drive. They look for what it's going to look like to the outside world to date that man. Instead of looking on the inside. Is this man good to me? Does this man treat me well? Does this man work hard? Does this man take care of what's within his realm of taking care of? Is this man not a lustful man? Does this man point me to the cross? Does this man lead my household? Does this man provide for his family? Does this man pray with me every night? Does this man pray for me? Does this man pray over me? Women have a hard time understanding that, which is why they have a hard time understanding that it's not the accolades, ladies. It's not the accolades. It's the attitude that comes with the accolades. I say that with all the love in the world. Okay, love you, bye.
I'm going to have to agree, right? Once again, I wouldn't condone cheating. I don't want to say that it's right. I'm not going to do this thing to where some women, when a woman cheats, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, he kind of deserved it, or, you know, I can see why, and I definitely don't blame her. Why not? You should blame her. Well, she just felt neglected and all of this other stuff. So what? She cheated. You know what I mean? If it were a man that did it, he would have to hear about it, and he would have to be held accountable. If they try to take that man to court, divorce him and take him to court, that's the first thing a lot of these modern women, especially if they're married to a man that's making significant money, they're trying to take, oh, well, I got the video, he cheated on me, so give me all his money. I deserve it. He did me wrong. That's the first thing that they're trying to take, right? So obviously not condoning cheating, but this is what men keep on trying to tell you guys. Doesn't matter about your money, your degrees, your beauty. You're not a good person to be around. You know, you're not friendly, dude. You're not my friend. That's what I keep on trying to tell you. Men get into relationships to have, once you can show yourself as a friend to me, then you're my partner. That's how brothers get along. Oh man, this brother ride for me, man. Yeah, man, he been day one. Oh no, man, I saw this dude at a party one night and we've been fast friends ever since. Man, bro been riding with me, I've been riding with him, man. We tight. The ass like that. I'm there for him, he there for me. Man, we didn't have some deep conversations, and like I said, I haven't known him all my life, maybe about 5 years now, but it seemed like it's been 20, 30. Yeah, man, we homies, man. I do anything for my brother because we were friends first. We connected first. We had something in common and we rode on that. Yeah, we got differences. Yeah, we get into arguments, some boundaries and things got to be worked out, but men understand that. Now, if you keep on crossing the boundary with men, a lot of times, you're probably gonna have to pay for it in some way or another, unfortunately for you, unfortunately for the relationship, but maybe that's unhealthy. Maybe it's not, I don't know, but that's how men deal with things. But y'all are not friends with men anymore. Y'all are not friendly with men. Y'all are not kind. Y'all are not nice. Y'all get up here spouting what you can do, what you want to do, what you are going to do. And a man says, oh, okay, well, I just hang with my homies then because I know they like me. Oh, are you gay? Nah, I just know my men going to ride for me. I just know my boys, anytime I need help, I'm going to be there for them and they're going to be there for me. So respectfully, you go to the brunches and the cruises and stuff that you want to go to, I'm going to stay on this side. I appreciate it.
So go watch Tinks's video. I'll link it below. But what this says is that 45% of men aged 18 to 25 have never asked a woman out in person. All right, hopefully you watched her video because what she's saying is that that's bad, right? That 45% of men, young men, aren't asking girls out. And what's gonna happen now? What's gonna happen with AI chatbots? The fact that ChatGPT is now going to allow adult content on its platform. Like, that's bad, right? And I listened to a podcast this week with Scott Galloway, pearl clutching over the fact that, oh my God, ChatGPT is now going to be interactive with adult content. And what's so fucking dumb, what's so goddamn stupid about all of this is that the reason boys, young men, 18 to 25, aren't asking women out in the first place is because of the adult content they already consume. This problem is not in the future. This problem is now. You are seeing the result of smartphones that are jammed packed with endless free adult content. These boys who are now 18 to 25 have been watching adult movies since they were 8, 9, 10 years old. They were so raised on it and so impacted by it that they don't even bother to ask girls out. Why would they? They have all the tits and ass they want in the palm of their hands. I have written articles on this. I have made a bunch of videos on this. I have been talking about this for years now. And what's even more wild is that on this podcast where Scott Galloway was talking about it, he said it's age gated. He says that adult content online is age gated just like gambling and just like cigarettes and alcohol. What internet are you using, Scott? Because I'll tell you what, I could hand my phone to a toddler right now and they could type in boobies and see every size and flavor imaginable. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, okay? But this problem These young men who have jerked themselves out of existence for the most part. These young men who don't have the mojo to ask a girl out, they don't have the mojo to get out of the basement, they don't have the mojo to go to school or get a job. These young men got this way because in 2008, we decided to jam all earthly delights into a palm-sized device that they could take into their bedroom and they could take into their bathroom. Gone were the days of having to sit, in the family computer, at the desk, in the kitchen, or wherever, in front of, God and everyone. Right? Maybe you got to see something download over time. Maybe you got to find a Playboy in the woods. Maybe you got to see a VCR tape that your friend had or something like that. Instead, it's all in the palm of their hands. And you think that them being able to talk to it is gonna make that big of a difference? Like men wanna hear a bitch say anything to start with. Okay? So those pearls you're clutching now, they done been clenched. They should have been anyway. For 15 fucking years now. What we are seeing with young men now is the result of free online adult content access. We gave them all crack and walked away. What are you doing to change that?
So now that we got that out the way, what do we blame on as the reason, or what do we say is the reason for the degeneration mentally of modern women, right? Because they have the same device and they scroll TikTok, Instagram, just like men do. And they look at a lot of the same things that men do. Maybe men look at adult stuff at a higher rate, statistically speaking here, right? Not condoning it, but maybe that's what they do. But women are reading that stuff. They're watching that stuff. You don't think that they're making these shows, Love Island, Married at First Sight, 90 Day Fiance, The Bachelor stuff, whatever that is, whatever. Like I said in one of my other videos, I notice that what they do is they have them dress a certain way. They give it a theme. And these shows, if I looked at it, are geared typically towards women. Okay, so I pause it really quickly and here's some stats. Now, mind you that this is from a YouGov poll, but it's back in 2020. Okay, people who've tuned in to the Bachelor franchise is about 77% women and 23% men. Okay, for the Bachelor specifically, research showed that among the 18 to 49 demographic, the show averaged a 2.7 rating overall, but among women in that demographic, it averaged about 4.0, indicating a strong female tilt. Okay, research couldn't find a clean male versus female split, but several sources note that the show is very strong among women ages 25 to 54, and this is a key advertiser doing this study, right? So it helped make its network TLC highest rated among that group. Okay, so like I was saying, these women are watching these shows. It's for them. It's what they want, right? And you're seeing these things, and then they're taking these things and then trying to put them on the man. So tell me again why men are to blame for not approaching women because they watch this adult stuff, and that's the only reason. Do you maybe think that women are watching these shows like The Bachelor, like 90 Day Fiance, Married at First Sight, Love is Blind, and they're looking at these experiences that these women on the show are looking or getting, and they're saying, well, I want that in real life and I'm not going to stop until I get that? Some of them even try to go on the show themselves. Come on, man. It's too easy.
Going through these comments, I'm really seeing that women do not understand men. Women do not understand that men are very simple, down to the point where it's barbaric. And I think that's because as women, we are complex. And so we expect men to be that exact same way. That's not the case at all. For example, you ask us what we want to eat. We thinking about what we ate yesterday, what we going to eat tomorrow, where we going for brunch on the weekend, who has the better reviews, what we have a taste for, what we don't have a taste for. It's going to take forever to come to a conclusion on what we really want to eat. You ask a man what he wants to eat, all he knows is that he's hungry. He wants to go someplace that's nearby, that sells food that he likes. You ask a woman what she wants for her birthday, she may say, let's just go to dinner, maybe grab some drinks afterwards, maybe go dance a little bit, just come home and, do something a little strange. If the man that she's with does those things exactly, but doesn't add some extra pizzazz to it, she's likely going to be upset because why would you just do what I said that you should do? On the flip end, you ask a man what he wants to do for his birthday. Let's say he says the same exact thing that woman says, but she decides that she does want to add a little razzle dazzle to it. He may get upset because that's not what he asked for. Now let's bring this full circle. I think that this is a great thing to do. Matter of fact, as a life coach, I recommend it to my clients. Have a personal timeline for how long you're willing to stay in one phase of a relationship before you have expectations of it moving to the next phase. And if it doesn't move to the next phase, then now you have to decide what is your next move. However, ladies, as a woman in a relationship with a man, and if that man truly wants to marry you, truly wants to be with you long term, you will never have to give him a deadline. He is going to do it, and he's going to do it in good timing, because men are simple. Men know what they want, and men will go after it. Do not make this more complex than it needs to be. If he is not doing it, it's because he doesn't want to. Do with that what you will.
Okay, this is your reminder that men don't love you for the things that you do for them. Men love you for the person that you are and for the value that you bring to his life by being kind, compassionate, caring, nurturing, and just being there and brightening up his world. So stop doing so much, relax. He's not with you because he wants you to do his chores and cook and clean. And if he is, then girl, get out of there. He can go find a cleaner, he can go find a chef.
Women are complicated. Yes, I said it. Yes, it's the truth. We are complicated, and don't even try to tell me otherwise, because we know we are. We want romance, but don't drown us in kisses, candles, and roses. We want you to ravage us, but with class. Don't treat us like a hoe, but also don't be a jerk. Actually, be a little bit of a jerk, but also sweet. Confused yet? Good. Welcome to frickin' womanhood. We are walking contradictions. We are fire and water at the same time. We want to be taken, but we also want to be adored. We want the masculine edge, but we want it wrapped in emotional safety. And yes, it is your job to figure out the code. Why? Because when you master us, you unlock everything. You want her on your knees? Done. You want her to call you daddy? Yes, daddy. You want her to fulfill your wildest fantasies? She will do it. Why? Because you cracked the code. You pressed the right buttons and you didn't give up. Shoot, even I can't even figure myself out sometimes, but my husband did. He cracked the code. That's why I am his. That's why I respect him 100%. And that's why I go all in for him. And let's get real here for a second. We are biologically designed to connect, man and woman. We are supposed to build together, to complement each other. That is human nature. So when I hear these guys in my comments saying, oh, forget this, I'm just going to stay single, I laugh, because no, you won't. Maybe for a little while, sure, but eventually that gets old. The hookups get old. The soulless sex gets old. What are you even working towards at that point? What are you really gaining? At the end of the day, you do want connection, you want depth, you want loyalty, and that does not come from staying single and swiping on apps forever. It comes from mastering a woman, committing to her, and putting the effort in to figure her out. And yes, it is work. Yes, it costs time, energy, and money. But guess what? When you get it right, it's worth everything, because then you're not lonely. You've got your freaking bed, you've got your best friend, you've got somebody to show off, who builds with you, somebody who multiplies your life. Women are damn complicated. We're supposed to be, but once you learn how to lead, how to love, and how to stand in your masculine, and how to press the right buttons, you'll never want to go back. Master her. Don't give up on her, and you will have the kind of love and loyalty that men dream about having. Stop lying to yourself.
Too many women are more focused on how they feel than what he said. He could say, I don't want a relationship. But if she feels, but we could be great together, she will hold on to that rather than his actual words. We have to start to understand we're not wired the same way. If I'm a man, my goal is to get more emotionally in tune with you, because I know that sometimes a woman is not going to always use her words to explain how she's feeling. She wants to pick up on things because women pick up on things. Women see the details, so they want us to see the details. For women, she has to work on being more logical with her approach with him.
If a woman knows how to talk to a man, she'll have his ear forever, especially if she works on mastering these 3 things. Master your tone. It's not always what you say, but how you say it. Now, speak the truth, but always in love. Remember, your words can bring life or a knife. Master your timing. Timing is everything. When I'm home all day with the children, I don't start complaining as soon as my husband walks in the house. Give him a moment. Rub his shoulders. Welcome your king home. Let your home be a place that he runs to after a long day. A place of bliss and not a battlefield. Master your tenderness. The Bible says that a soft, thoughtful, and gentle answer turns away wrath, but it also builds trust. Tenderness doesn't mean weakness. It's your greatest strength in creating connection. Refine your responses and you'll change not just how he hears you, but also how safe he feels with you. That's the type of Proverbs 31 woman whose husband's heart safely trusts in her. I don't know about you, but I want to be that type of woman every day of my life.
What you're actually describing is something that women are asking men to do, right? Your timing, your tone, speak to them with love. Women are asking men to do this. This is a part of what modern women call effective communication. And it's funny because a lot of these modern women expect a man to be effective in his communication. They expect a man to do all of these things, and even a lot of things that they haven't even spoke about, even things that they haven't even thought about. And they'll brag on that. Once again, I think I said in one of my other videos, these modern women feel like, or they treat men like show ponies. Oh, well, look at the man that I got. Look what he does for me. And you might say, well, you know, it's great that she's complimenting him, but it's a little bit different, right? It seems like she's complimenting him, and in fact, she is. But she's treating him as if he is an object. He's a toy. He's, you can just kind of pull him off the shelf and you just wind him up and look at him go. Like Jack in the Box. Pop out here. I got a man. Got a nice man that does all of these things for me. That does what I want. He gives me everything that I want. He provides for my every need. And then when I don't want to see him anymore, he goes right back into the box, wind him back down until I need him again. And then pop goes the weasel once again, right? This is not, men see this type of stuff and they're turned off by it. That's why when a woman comes and asks for money, when a woman comes and talks to a man sideways, when a woman comes and demands that a man take her to dinner, I'm not here to be Jack in the Box for you. I'm not here to pop goes the weasel for you. I'm not here to be Pandora's box or whatever. And when you wind me up, I spin and I twirl and I dance to some nice, beautiful music, your music for you. And then when you're done, that was entertaining. Close the box. Men see modern women coming and they stay away from them.
Man, we need to do better, because after what I witnessed on this cruise this last week, I now understand why most women cannot stand us. I understand now why men just straight up trigger some women. Where in your right mind do you think it's okay that just because a girl gives you the time of day to just speak to you and interact with you, have conversation, do you think that it is okay to put your hand down her back, trying to see how close you can get to her butt without her saying anything? Who raised you? Because last time I checked, you were birthed by a woman. So don't you think you would have some more respect for women than you do? When I tell y'all, man, I had my first cruise this week, like I said, and some of the stuff that I saw on this cruise, I'm shook. Like, I'm genuinely shook. Like, men, for the majority, and look, I'm a guy's guy, man. Like, I stand for my homeboys. Like, bro code to me, super important. But I also can't stand when I see some shit and it's like, you're the reason why men have a bad name. Because the way that I saw some dude dance with one of my homegirls, I was like, what made you think it was okay to grope her butt after the dance was over? The way that I saw a man approach another acquaintance of mine that I met on the cruise and goes up to her at the bar and is talking to her in her ear, which, mind you, is not even that loud in there, and puts his hand down her back trying to like, what makes you think that is okay? Like, where's the respect? Where's the decency? Where's the self-respect that as a man, you're supposed to, like, a man should be honorable, a man should be respectful, like, a man should be a safe space for women. What in the hell makes you think it is okay to act the way that some of y'all do? So, to the women, I want to apologize on behalf of the men that are actually good, decent human beings. Like, please do not affiliate us or group us in the same category as these pieces of shit that are living for the weekend in the club Thursday through Sunday just trying to see what they could take home. Because I promise you, not all of us are like that. And I'm so sorry that you got to experience things like that. Because again, to the men that are listening to this, bro, you should be a safe space for a woman. You should not be the reason that she doesn't want to go out or that she feels the need to go out with 10 of her girls in the event that something happens, she's with people. Like, I think that that is so sickening. So fellas, please, if you are still here listening to this, do better. Please do better, because y'all are the reason that women cannot stand us. And again, women, I'm so sorry that you got to deal with some of this shit, because what I witnessed was absolutely sick. And I hope none of y'all got to ever go through that. Even though I'm sure it happens all the time. Man, y'all need to.
So I'm not excusing what the dude did. So I want to first say, I don't think what he did was right. But I do see why. And you're sitting up here saying, basically, you know, this is why women can't stand us, right? And you mentioned something to the effect of a man groping a woman on her butt on a cruise ship or something like that. And why do men do stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like I said, once again, I don't condone what the guy did because that's disrespectful. But I feel like, and this is just my opinion now, I feel like on cruise ships, and this is kind of why I'm disagreeing with what you're saying. I think what you mean to say is that that guy and men like him need to do better. I wouldn't do that. I think there's a lot of dudes that wouldn't do that. Number one. Number two, it's on a cruise ship. It's a cruise ship, right? So there's a lot of stuff that goes on these cruise ships, even though we probably don't like to talk about it. They go on the cruise ships, they let loose. I've even seen where on some of these cruise ships, they have swinger parties. They have, parties that wild parties. I'll just say it like that. Okay. And things of that nature. It's all down low, right? You obviously have to give signals, and signs, because these cruises are advertising, they're marketing. Oh, these are family friendly. These are kid friendly. Obviously, you have the couples cruises and the adults only cruises. But even on these cruises, where once again, it's supposed to be the whole entire family, these people are getting down. And that's honestly and truly what they go there for. So once again, I see what you're saying. I get where you're coming from, but you're not talking about majority of men at all.